What's up, guys? Just wanted to make a quick and fast type of advice type of video right now. I'm in Lake Tahoe right now. Pretty cool. But yeah, I wrote some things down. Wanted to talk about it. And yeah, there's a lot of traffic going on. I can't fucking hear. Okay. So I just wanted to answer a few questions. The first one is just, hey Lewis, have been watching your videos for some time now. Just wanted to know if when you go to NLC, do they give you a certificate for OSHA 10, or do you have to do that aside from the NLC program? That's a part of the program. That'll be the last class you take at the very, very end. And pay attention to it. If you miss 1 hour out of the 10 hours that you're going to be doing this, because it's all going to be during Zoom, and if you miss 1 hour, you will not get it. You need to be there the whole time, and make sure to pay attention to it, because a lot of people died, a lot of people got hurt, and OSHA came into the game, I believe, like late, very late, maybe 1950s or 1980s, somewhere around there, but they came very, very late, and a lot of people died before they came. It really talks about safety, and yes, I know a lot of it can be common sense, but you will learn something, and I know it becomes a little boring sometimes, but try to stay awake, try to listen what they have to say, because it's very important to know these things and why you need to learn these things. So make sure to put in the time to actually know the material, okay? Not saying that you need to know every little thing, subpar 7.4.22. You don't need to learn all that bullshit right now. I'm just saying, OSHA is important. They talk about safety. So just make sure to know what their OSHA is all about. But yeah, you don't have to take it aside. It's not added to the program or anything. It's just part of the program already, and it's just it's just a regular class. Nothing crazy. But yeah, at the end, you'll take it, and you'll get your cert. It's a little card. That's what you'll get. Called the 1245 Union, and they said in order to sign the books, they will require certain certs: CDL, OSHA 10, first day CPR. Yes. Those are yes. Just wanted to know how your experience was filling out the paperwork, and if you need to have these before signing up. So there's 4 books. First one, I believe it's vets that are prioritized. And then after that is book 2. I'm not too sure the requirements for book 2. It's either book 1 or book 2, where you need to have at least 2,000 hours. So that's equivalent to 4 10s, and it's approximately 1 year of employment. So 1 year of 4 10s, you will have about 2,000 hours. It's something like that. And book 3 is if you have your CDL, OSHA 10, first day CPR, and you can also get your flaggers. I suggest it to get your flagger certification. I think it's through the ATSSA. I forget, but ask dispatch. They'll let you know what the qualification is in order to get that certification. So it can be certified. So it can be, it can work within California. So just ask dispatch. They'll let you know. And it's about $75. I was thinking to get it, but I got the call to work, so I was like, all right, I'll just do it later, so it's fine. You don't need your CDL too. So you can either have your CDL or you can have school, your college, or some type of accredited college. And you can have your college, OSHA 10, first aid CPR, and you can either have that or the CDL. It's one of those two, CDL or school. Doesn't matter which one you have. In order to get on book 3. And then book 4, I believe, is driver's license class C, OSHA 10, first stage CPR, in order to be on book 4. So I think that's the qualifications for book 4. But if you're on book 4, most likely it's gonna be quite a while until you get a call. That's what I think, because a lot of these contractors are requiring you to have the CDL. So make sure to get that. But in the process, get on book 4 if you can. You know, just in the meantime. Because it's first come, first serve. You can still get a call. You can still have a chance to get a call if you just have your driver's license class C. But you need to have the other stuff too. So you can still get a call. But yeah, you don't necessarily need school. You don't need it in order to sign the books. Just know that the school, if you want to be a lineman, I suggest you go to the school. I suggest you put, you know, those few $1,000s into that school to become a lineman. If you want to become a lineman. If you don't, I suggest you just go sign the books with your CDL and all the other certs. So you can start at $36 an hour. And then once it's after the 8th hour of your shift, then you start making $72 an hour, which is good. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So if you want to become a lineman, I mean, you don't have to go to school too. I mean, like, you can be a groundman and then just with your CDL, no school or anything, and you can still apply for apprenticeships. You can still apply for it, and you might have a chance of getting it. But I just want to let you know that a lot of the places that I've been applying for apprenticeships, they always want the some type of school, some accredited college that you're coming from to become an apprentice. That's all really. That's all the companies I came across that are requiring for you to have some type of accredited college that you graduated from, so you can become an apprentice. But I'm sure there's employers out there that they would want a groundman that they just have like maybe 6 months to a year of employment, and then you can get an apprenticeship without school. That's up to you. That's really up to you. You can try to do that too. That's totally fine. I mean, you're still making good money anyways, so, you know, as long as you have your other certs, go sign the books. And yeah, that's about it for that. I think I answered that question. Not too sure. I just went off. Just wanted to know how your experience was when filling out the paperwork. So when I filled out the paperwork, all it was when I got to the office, they actually have a handout that you'll just read through the instructions. You put in all the information, and then you'll get an email with a link. That link, you click on it, has all the paperwork that you need to fill out on your phone. And you'll do this in your car because of COVID. Once all that paperwork is good to go, you submit it, and then you pretty much wait for an email from dispatch that says, come on into the office. You go in, and then they'll just ask you a bunch of questions, and you have to give them some paperwork, which was I brought in pretty much like paperwork like if I was going to bring to the DMV, just because I was like, fuck, I don't know what they're going to want. There's nothing on at the time there wasn't anything on the website to tell me the process and the documents that I needed. I should have called, but I was like, I'll just bring everything. So I brought like birth certificate, social, and my college transcripts, and because I totally forgot to bring my college like certificate that says that I graduated, but my college transcripts was good enough, and all my certs, I took a copy of it. Even though I sent an email with all the attachments of all my certs, they also wanted the actual hard copy of it too. I don't know why, but whatever. But anyways, that was the process. That was it was easy. It only took about 5 minutes. So it was very, very short. And then I also wanted to talk about my first week of employment through the union. And it was pretty awesome. It was pretty hard. My forearms and my wrists, my hands are still hurting. They're still sore. They're still hurting, but definitely like a good workout. I definitely like the challenge. It's fucking hard, but I like it. The foreman told me, he put me to the side and he was just like, "So how you like it?" And it's hard work. It's hard work. He was like, "You'll be fine. You have a good attitude. You put in the good effort. I mean, it's only a matter of time. You'll just get acclimated to it." And I was just like, "Oh, okay. Well, I hope I get acclimated to it, sooner than I want it, because it sucks. It sucks. But, whatever. One thing I do thought, which was really hard, was moving 75-pound blocks for about 3 to 4 hours. That was hard. That was fucking hard. And we had to also grade the pile of rocks that we had. And grading is just kind of like leveling. We're just leveling stuff. And we use a rake, and it was just like you had to grab it hella hard and just. And then we also use this jumping jack, and it's just big old like machine that you're holding, and it just jumps, and it's just packing all that dirt and the rocks, making it more solid and more firm. So when we're putting things on it, it's gonna hold. So it was just a lot of heavy equipment. But yeah, that does take a toll on your body, especially my forearms. They're sore. But it was cool. It was good. Sunny weather. I didn't have a bad day. I didn't have a rainy or cold day. It was a good like 80, 85 degree with some cool winds. So it was nice. It was cool. It was real nice. I definitely recommend this though. If you're going to get into this trade, I recommend that you take some classes on like powerlifting or squatting, or getting some like proper coaching, professional help, and because it's going to help you with this. And a lot of people got hurt. As far as like, because I was telling them how I got back problems, and they just kind of came into the conversation, and it's a common thing. A lot of people in this industry have a lot of back problems. Don't be that person. And I can see a lot of, I only saw like one person, to be honest, that kind of just, their whole back is kind of like curved when they're like lifting something. It's just like, oh, well, that doesn't help. So definitely, and it's always around the L4, L5. So I recommend maybe getting some professional help. If you have the money for it, pay for it. Do your research and see if that class is really worth it. I happened to go through a personal friend of mine, and his name is Ernie. He was able to coach me through it. And he was been doing it since he was like 7th, 8th grade, and we're the same age, So he has a few years under his belt, and he helped me out before school even started. So 2 months before, he was just telling me to pretty much lift the bar. It was like 20 or 30 pounds, and we were just working on like how to get the technique down. And because your whole body's involved into this, so lifting 75-pound blocks for 4 hours straight. You know, it's like, geez, like, you know, that benefited me. And I already have back problems. And I already knew that I was gonna, you know, start lifting heavy shit. So I really needed to know, like, how to lift it properly with my back problems. You know what I mean? So I recommend taking some classes, doing something, you know, where it could benefit you down the road. Because lifting, and then if you screw up your back or screw up something else, it's just, you're going to be out of work for a while, because it's going to fucking suck. It really is. Because I had to get surgery 4 years ago to get this fixed. So now I'm fine, I'm better. Now I'm lifting better. And, you know, to get that one-on-one coaching experience, that professional level where you can lift properly without any pains. I mean, I don't lift perfect yet. I honestly don't think I'll get that anytime soon, but it's been a lot better, and I'm still working on it. And I recommend people to just try to get some type of coaching experience with that, powerlifting or squatting. Do it the right way. It's going to benefit you. You don't want to get hurt. Safety is priority. So lifting heavy shit, you need to know how to do it properly. And another thing too, when you start to fatigue, make sure to know when that happens. Sometimes I find myself kind of just getting caught in this little like cycle where I'm just like, fuck, I'm tired, you know, and then you just don't concentrate. Make sure to catch yourself before it gets worse, because you can be that guy that just is not paying attention and there's a crane going into your direction and you're just looking down because you're just so exhausted, you want water or something, and you happen to be under that load, and next thing you know it, that sling, or you know, that basket sling or something, that crane just happens to snap, or the load just unhooks for whatever reason. You happen to just be under it, and that load is coming down and you have to be under it. Just because you were just so tired, you weren't thinking around, you weren't in the right mindset, you weren't aware of your surroundings, you were not thinking about safety. And so just be aware when you do get tired, make sure to stop yourself for a bit, okay? That's all I'm saying. Take a step back, try to recover, and then continue. At least that's what I do. Because, yeah, I mean, like, coming from, you know, a medical field and all that, I mean, like, me lifting 75-pound blocks all day, you know, that I never did that. So make sure to stop yourself and recover and then continue. You know, because there's two things that they tell me, you know, like, because they tell me, you know, like, don't be afraid to ask questions, because there's two things. One, we don't want you to fuck anything up, and second, we don't want you to get hurt. So they really emphasize on me asking questions. And that's one thing I learned so much, right? Like within, you know, just 4 days of working with them, it's just been a learning curve to just adjust to every like thing that they have, the language, the equipment they use, and hustle, really hustle. Like it's definitely hard work, but yeah. And one more thing is diet. You're pretty much considered an athlete. You're pretty much considered an athlete when you're in this type of industry. Make sure to have some type of a good diet. I don't have the best diet. I'm working on it though, because if I have a good diet, I'll have a good outcome. So make sure to think about a good diet. Don't eat like shit all the fucking time, because it's gonna affect you at the job. So make sure to have some type of diet, start changing it. Try to make it better. I recommend that, or see some type of dietitian or nutritionist or something to just kind of get that going, you know, get a good habit going somehow, some way. Because Wednesday was the hardest day. I drank 1 gallon of water by 11 a.m. Mind you, I mean, we started at 6 a.m. and then another gallon, and pretty much by the time it was 4 o'clock. So it was just like, damn, you know, like I'm going through fucking water like crazy, and like the work that's, it's gonna make you perform better if you have a better diet. That's all I'm saying. You know, if you care on how well you work, take care of the diet. So, yeah, definitely, I think that's about it. That's all I have, to be honest. But, yeah, if you guys have any more questions, and hopefully I answered those questions correctly. But, yeah, that's all I got so far. But, yeah, guys, I'll try to keep you guys more updated on how things are going. And if you guys got more questions on, like NLC stuff or anything, go ahead, email me. Go ahead, put it in the comments. I'll try my best to answer it as best as I can. All right. And, yeah. Stay safe out there, dudes. Later, dudes.